Good evening, people. We are live. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to MUFC and the land of transfers. And Manchester United, the club that we don't recognize at the moment. There's so much information moving regarding the transfer window. The players are out in the US playing Arsenal, by the way, on Sunday. But anyway, guys, I'm here to round up certain things. And while I'm doing that, we have jingle bells, carols going around here on my pad. And that was a big mistake to do that without even muting it. But I'm here joined by Mark Nurse as well. Big up, Mark. How you doing, my friend?
Big up, everybody. Good night. Good night. How are you doing, everyone? Sorry about I'm missing the midday live. You know, I'm usually consistent with the lives on the midday afternoons, but today I had a dentist appointment and it was a doozy, guys.
Yeah, we have a lot of oral bids coming in, and of course, we're going to talk about what is going on with Ugarte. Is that edging closer, people? Now, Fabrizio Romano has come out to say that they are sealing the deal of a prime target, no other than Jao Neves, for 70 million plus add-ons, guys. That means that PSG are forced now. They're buying Ugarte. No, they're buying actually. What's his name now? The guy, I mean, we used to love him, but now he's going to PSG. But anyway, they need then to cash in. And we're going to talk about a lot of things, what's been going on today. But guys, furthermore, Wan Bissaka swap deal with Dumfries. Is it Dumfries? Yeah.
Dumfries.
Is it Dum?
No, he's a decent player.
Now,
he's Dutch. That's one thing associated with D. He's Dutch.
Yeah, true. If you live in America, you will say Dumfries. I don't really understand. Is it a good deal, bad deal? Plus, Scott McTominay, second bid, Fulham. There's a lot of moving components, guys. Before we continue, guys, let us reach minimum 100 likes on this stream because we are live M together. We might have further guests coming in. Like and subscribe, and we're back in 15 seconds. Here we go. Good evening, everyone. It is Mick and Mark back on 9 o'clock at regular time. I'm sorry if I've been absent. Got a lot of things on my plate at the moment, but you know, we're going to round up what's been going on since Mark Nurse did a show earlier this morning. Mark, what's crack-a-lacking? What's going on in Germany? I mean, we're going to talk about, of course, the main story about today, what Fabrizio coming to say. Bomba, let's go. Fabrizio says that Paris Saint-Germain are closing in on Jao Neves' deal. New positive round of talks again today. PSG want to get this sealed next week. Details of the package have been discussed after 17 million fee plus players to include for Benfica, like Renato Sanchez. Here we go, expected soon. Dude, wow. This is wow. I know they're offering also players like Renato Sanchez to be part of the deal, but 70 million. That means that, you know, they don't want to have Ugarte. They've been trying to sort of get 70 million. We've been talking about this before. But now when they're buying this player for the 70 million, you can sort of see, okay, if we put down 70 million, we want to recuperate 70 million back so we don't pay nada. United not mugs. United know that the players had handed in his transfer request. As what we said. Once you handed in the transfer request, that is the kiss of death. That is the dagger. So United are waiting. And United are including Jadon Sancho, part of that bargain chip. Will it be a straight swap, 40 million mark? What do you reckon? What's your thoughts?
Well, I've been hearing PSG value the player around thereabouts of 40 million pounds. So it's going to be interesting to see what United do. As you know, the equivalent of the 70 they want is somewhere in the region of 50, 59 million. So if we give them a light 10 million and Jadon Sancho, it's possible. I think they might even do a straight swap. Let's see how it goes. These swap deals kind of take time because, you know, they got to negotiate with both players. The players have to agree. You know, it's interesting. And there's to do two of them in one summer.
Like Ugarte, Yeah, in this instance, Ugarte is already agreed, in personal terms. Everything is handed in a transfer request. Jadon Sancho, we've seen he kissed the ring of Erik ten Hag. He's currently over in the US, right, on the tour. And, that was just a show for the gallery. At the end of the day, like bringing Sancho into the fray, like in the US tour, it just only increases his value. So, yeah, why wouldn't you go to PSG? Of course. Now, there's rumors to say that Juventus is coming back in, you just creating another bidding war for Jadon Sancho. At the end of the day, he's always been for sale, Mark.
Well, it's one of those things. And, we weren't garnering so much like concrete interest in a Jadon Sancho before. Like, there was some reported interest from the likes of Juventus and possibly from Dortmund. But the thing with Dortmund is they want another loan. So that wasn't really, I would say defined interest. It was just a wish, in my opinion. But, now PSG is taking a liking to the player because the player can also, provide that highlight as his profile and the wing. It's going to be interesting to see how the deal gets done. I think it's going to be something very possible.
Yeah. Guys, I started a poll for you guys. Good evening, and smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. If you didn't see Mark Nurse's show earlier this morning, Mark does the morning shows. Go check it out as well. We just round up and following up. Guys, this is about how many people watching at the moment? Well, come on, get those likes up. Get your likes up at the moment. It is 100% free. Big up Lillis United is here. The legend Jamie Wen is here as well. Who else is here? Irfan is here. Pavlovich, the new Vidic, 25 million. Yeah, there's so much things moving around. Who else do we have here? Danny B, legends in the house. Legend yourself, Danny B. Tap yourself on the shoulder. Coming in here, Raw as well. My son, Jay is here as well.
Sandra Myers is here.
Big up. We got a big. Yes, Sandra Myers. What is Jay saying here? We literally played ourselves because I don't know how
and why we agreed to this deal. Ugarte isn't it, and which is why I think Florentino Luis would have been my preferred choice. I don't know that much about.
I'm going to talk about that,
my bro. So. Sorry.
No. Listen, Ugarte is the one that United wants on the high priority list because he's the destroyer, right? We are linked to Fofana as well, which is more number 8. We did a show about this yesterday. So, you can get Fofana for 25 million. And if you do a straight swap deal for Sancho and Ugarte, 40, 50, you spend nothing. And then you just basically take that money, invest in a number 8, which is a Fofana. Fofana is not number 6. And however, I did a tweet earlier today to say also that, Amrabat's agent is confident. Listen to this, confident that Amrabat will stay, but on another loan deal, right? Not to buy, but loan. Guys, this is smart business, right? Remember, we are juggling the finances. We are very careful with the PSR, the FFP, and we know that Fiorentina, they already moved on. They already replaced Amrabat. They know they want 20 million. United has the upper hand. And his agent is very confident that Amrabat will be a Manchester United player on another loan. What do you reckon regarding that? Would you just, it's cool, another loan, right? And then buy him cheaper next season.
I think we would possibly be looking into something like that. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. There's also reports that we possibly might be getting a loan for what is his name again? Xavi Simons, if it's possible. It's going to be interesting.
Xavi.
I'm looking forward to see what happens. I think we definitely want Ugarte for what his profile is. I think, we were looking at Jao Neves, but his price and what they were trying to offer us for the deal wasn't something that was going to work out for us in this transfer window until we got some sales. And well, I know, guys, it's always some trouble with the sales, right, with United players. But at the end of the day,
true. I mean, we missed out. We missed out on Maserati. Maserati. We wanted the Ferrari. We went down to Maserati. Everything was kind of weighted on Wan Bissaka's sale, right? In order to get in. We are in that stage right now. We bought 2 players in. Now we need to ship 2 more players out. And then as soon as we ship out 2 more players or 3 more players, we will kind of replenish that with ins. So it is what it is. You're a big fan of Masraoui. There's other links, in terms of left back, right back. What's going on with Wan Bissaka as well? He rejected, apparently, reports saying he rejected West Ham bid. He wants to go to AC Milan, and there is a
Inter.
swap deal for. Was it Inter?
It's Inter.
I thought it was AC Milan, though. Is it
Well,
Inter? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a swap.
That's where he plays. That's where Dumfries plays. He plays for Inter Milan.
Yeah. Inter. Yeah. Sorry. No, my God, it's Milan. Okay, Inter and AC. You know, I have my AC on, by the way, which is cool, right?
100%.
Should I just say that? Or yeah, I did. I'm joking, guys. It's Thursday evening. So yeah, back to that. What's your take on that? Like, this is a smart move, like a straight swap deal, right?
Well, you know,
Do
we've
you
been
rate
in for
Dumfries? I mean,
do
we have a little bit of a delay here?
No,
Yeah,
I rate Dumfries. It's a tough one, Mick. It's a tough one because, in all fairness, Dumfries, I like him. I think he's a decent player. He can attack going forward. He provides that width. He also can defend well. So it's going to be interesting him coming in. I know we've been looking at him over since the January window, since last summer. So it's one of those things. Well, if he's going to be better for the system, and it's a swap deal, then I would agree to it, because then we don't pay any money their way. They don't pay any money. We get the player we want out, and we get a player we want in, who's supposed to improve us based on the way we want to play. And I think that would work.
You mentioned something very interesting. We are currently not signing the sexy signings. We are kind of hiring system players. What you said there, 100%. So some people say, "Nah, Ugarte, don't want him. He's not sexy enough." But it's a system play. It's that proper destroyer. Same with Amrabat as well. Like, you can get Amrabat for a free loan. You have 2 players there, plus Collier, which is coming out from the youth academy. So you have 3 players to play in that number 6 position. Big up Thomas Vegines. What you said here, your thoughts on Ugarte was something. Bring back that comment, Mark. What did you say? Why he would fit in United? I'm skeptical since I only seen him in Copa America, and not to be honest, wasn't impressed. Well, let us just stick on that, Thomas, because as what we deluded, like, it's all about system, right? We need to solidify that. We haven't had that type of destroyer since even Michael Carrick left, to be honest. The one before Carrick was, of course, our captain, wonderful Roy Keane. And since then, we haven't had that. It's been a gaping hole. So we need somebody that can shield the back line and just transport the ball, pick up the ball from the back line, and just, simple passes up to the final third, right? That is his job, right? So if you're going to play a 3 in the back, Ugarte will be the one shielding the back line, right? And plus Sofyan Amrabat. We've seen Sofyan Amrabat at least 4 of the last games of last season, and him being instrumental part for us winning the FA Cup over City. I mean, he played a brilliant role. But there's 2 different players with 2 different styles, 2 different destroyers. I would say that Ugarte is more flexible and mobile than actually Amrabat. Amrabat is good, but he's kind of turning like a little bit like a tank. That's why I call him Amra Tank. And that's what I think United are looking at. Plus Toby Collier in that position. Now moving on, for that, you need also a ball carrier. You have young Kobe Mainoo there, but Kobe Mainoo cannot just play him by himself. So you need somebody in that position, and that is Fofana. Of course, Fofana turned away his head from AC Milan because they got a sniff. That's Manchester United acquired, and all of a sudden Manchester United say, "Well, we're willing to do a deal, not on the 17 million, but we can offer you 25 on our terms of our amortization installments." What we're talking about. So that's smart business, and plus you get Amrabat for free. So that's 4 signings for nothing, pretty much.
Well, yeah.
So for me, it's very, sorry. Yeah, I think we have a little bit of a latency delay, Mark. So yeah, let me just finish. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. I don't know if you have a delay, but I was just saying that, I know some people might be a little bit, understandably frustrated with the lack of outgoing so far. We did lose one. We did see 1 or 2 players out the door, which people would say those are expected to leave. At the same time, I would say to guys that, realistically in this window, it's going to be a difficult deal to get a lot of the deadwood out at the same time. We have a lot of deadwood, guys. That's the biggest issue. And then there are some players who, might be a little decent, but they're on some huge contracts based on the last regime. This regime can only do what they can do. We have to be realistic as well. It's not going to happen in one summer. Rome was not built in a day. You know what I mean?
True. We need to get Manscaped, basically.
Exactly. And if we get Wan Bissaka out and we get Dumfries in, let's say we bring back Amrabat as a backup. Let's say we get Ugarte, so we know we have 2 6s that can play the role. You know what I mean? One as a starter, one as a backup. Let's say Casemiro is still here. That's an option. We have a long season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, true. Kwambena, big up to you for coming in here with your question. Man United should make mistakes of selling Wan Bissaka. So you reckon it's a mistake? I say that, you know what? If you look at what we're recruiting at the moment and the style of play we want to play, players like Wan Bissaka don't fit that system. Players like Maguire don't fit that system. Players like Scott McTominay don't play that system either. Players like Lindelof cannot play. The simple what we want to do is faster, transition-based football, right? That's what you see, the likes of Ugarte being there, picking up the ball, transferring it to the final third, right? Wan Bissaka, great. I agree with you. I love Wan Bissaka, the greatest 1-versus-1 defender you can find. But he will be. I said it so many times, Mark, in this stream. Watch out for Wan Bissaka in Italia Serie A. He will be perfect in the Serie A, especially. But he's not so good in bombing forward. And then you can see like the reason why we're being linked to Frimpong and the likes of what's his name there, Dumfries. You know what I mean? Dumfries is a specimen. He's about 6'2", 6 foot tall, 6'1" or 6'2". Right? He's fast. He's explosive. He can go forward, right? But the weakness of Wan Bissaka is going forward. Perfectly. Now I do get your sentiment, but I look at it from that way that we are building a new squad, a new team that can sort of challenge for the title, challenge for every cup. Including Europa League, Champions League, whatever we may roam, and no more. Now, Deadwoods, of course, like if we're speaking about Scott McTominay, Manchester United are creating a bidding war for Scott McTominay. Apparently, Fulham is now coming in for a second bid, what I've been hearing. What have you been hearing regarding that?
I've been hearing more of the same thing. Locker 45 is saying we're talking about destroyers like we're about to buy Thanos. But you know what? It may not be Thanos from the Marvel universe, but he will be sort of that for our midfield, someone who will provide a shield, and allow Kobe Mainoo and the attacking 8s and 10 to play their role going forward better to their ability. So it's going to be interesting, that one. But with Scott McTominay, Fulham is about to come back in with an improved bid, probably in the region of 30-35 million. Let's see how that goes. There's also some reports coming in of interest with Christian Erikson probably going to Ajax. So, there are some movements in the squad. And of course, we're going to get some players out. So, but we have to replace them as well. And it's going to take some time.
Yeah. And I mean, as we alluded before, Mark, to say like we bought 2 players in and now is the period. I mean, there's still time in the transfer market. There's still time in the transfer market. I think we have 4, 5, 6 weeks left. So we are now entering a period when we need to sort of ship up players. And it might be Casemiro, it might be Jadon Sancho, it might be Lindelof, it might be Harry Maguire. As soon as we get those out, if we get one centre back in, Ligt is on there. As soon as we get Wan Bissaka out, Frimpong is on there, or Dumfries. As soon as we get somebody out, we will replace in that position. That is pretty much the way it's going on right now. So I can understand that, we're living in the past to say, well, we can only do one deal at a time, but it's not the case. It's not really the case, Mark. It's the way Manchester United operating with the finances. We got to be very careful with our FFP. We know that we are in massive debts at the moment. So the little that we do, we're constructing the deals very smart to say, well, how about if we sort of pay in installments, like 5 installments? That means that we don't have to splash the cash to put 50 million up front. We're just basically paying 5 million, 10 million that's been registered on my book for each transfer. And this is smart business.
100%. And some people in the chat are liking the fact that we're in for Densel Dumfries. I think he would be an interesting addition. I think also getting in the likes of Ugarte would be interesting. We're going to see what Lenior is all about in this 3 games of preseason tour in the USA, starting with this weekend on Sunday. We're going to see a lot of the action of the players that come in. Some of them are going to come into the next game, like Joshua Zirkzee. We're here. He's going to join the tour for the second game. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets minutes before the 3rd game. We also have, how is it I keep calling it the Charity Shield, but it's the Community Shield, right? Yeah, we have the Community Shield on the 14th or 15th of 14th of August or the 10th of August or something like that. So, you know, there's a lot to be done. I understand the concerns of everyone, but we have a lot of work to do to rebuild the squad. Ineos have already started the ball rolling by the way they have been operating so far, and you can see their clear intent that they want to rebuild this team. So you're gonna have to be patient. All the signings, I know we were expecting quick, fast signings and everything, but like Mick is saying, we definitely were trying to amortize payments in this summer to maximize what we can spend in this window to try and get more players out and more players in at the same time. I know a lot of us were thinking maybe it was 4 players out, 4 players come in.
Yeah,
it's looking like they're trying
there's still
to do
time,
5 or
Mark.
6.
There's still time. That's what I wanted to say. And big up Jeff Steele all the way from Adelaide, Australia, mate. I'd be happy with Dumfries if that's an option. Yeah, 100% more attacking. He's about 6'1", 6'2", very explosive, very, very good going forward, very good defensively as well. Yeah, no, in a certain ways, I agree. And also Jeremy Frimpong, there's something fishy going on with that deal as well, because nobody went in for his release clause. So there must be something going on there. I mean, he was offered to Manchester United. Manchester United are kind of very much interested in him as well. But they know that there's something going on with that contract that can offer. You know, the way we are doing business now, we are not going in for the transfer, you know, with the, how do I say, the release clause. If it's the 35 million, we say, okay, step away. Listen, screw the release clause. We'll give you 5 million extra or a couple of million extra if you do it on our terms, right? This is smart, right? This is how you're navigating the books in a way. So, yeah, deadwood out. This is the most important thing, right? You did a show yesterday where you claiming, or you said there's 8 players to be out of the door. And this is that now they're working tirelessly, because in order to bring more players in, you absolutely need to ship them off as well, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Scott McTominay ends up leaving to the highest bidding club, Fulham, or even the Spurs was also reported, West Ham. But also reports saying that Wan Bissaka rejected West Ham because he wants to go to Inter, right? Fair enough, right? You know, so for me, if we can get a straight swap, like a Dumfries for a Wan Bissaka, yeah, I would be like, you know, like, so Wan Bissaka is great. He was great. He improved. But you need a more attacking player that can put crosses into the box, that can just, I don't know, you know, the extra oomph, right? So Dumfries for me is a little bit of upgrade going forward. Then if you look at Frimpong's profile, he's not a fullback. He's more of a full winger, like bombing forward as well. And that tells me we're going to play like 3-4 in the back, switch it up a bit, like, you know. Big up Drexy, how you doing?
Big up Drex. What's good? What's good? I see some of the guys are coming in asking some questions, and Mohan Tips is coming in asking, what do you think about the AVB against Dumfries swap? You know, that's what we're actually talking about at this moment. I think it's a good deal to do based on the profile of the player coming in.
Yeah, no, I think it's a smart move. I think, if you ask me personally, first time this came out today has legs. I think it's a smart move, right? You don't pay anything, basically. They don't have to pay anything. It's just straight swap. You know, the player wants to go to Inter Milan. Dumfries wants to come and play for the Dutch establishment. Of course, if both agrees, that is like an upgrade for us, right? So that is smart business. That's my opinion, though. Is it better? Yeah, I would think so. Going forward, is he height? Yes, 6'2", definitely for set pieces. You know, for defending as well. I think it's an upgrade. One thing about Wan Bissaka, what was for me suspicious always, was his lack of awareness, like defending the back post. He was always falling asleep a little bit. So I think the quality of Wan Bissaka has dropped this year, you know, but the previous year was quite good and improved. Well, and still, we have Diego Dalot training like a beast. Yeah.
100%. And like Brendan Chappell was saying earlier on in the chat, let me just find it and bring it up. He was saying, you know, he can understand why a lot of clubs would be looking at Wan Bissaka, because in the last few years, a few years ago, he was one of the top right backs in the world. And that's a factual statement. I would agree with that. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things when you look at the players that we have, some of them have been in really poor form in the last season or last 2 seasons. So it makes them look even worse than they actually are. And that's the interesting bit for me, Mick, because when you look at some of the players there, we know there are players in there in some of them. And some of them, we're wondering if they're past their prime. Others, we're wondering if they're going to get to that point where we hype them up to be. You know what I mean? And that has us all feeling a slight negative feeling in terms of the performance of the team.
Yeah. All right.
But
listen, just to give you I'm having a little bit of delay, Marks, and I apologize if it's not that I'm interrupting you. I think I have a 1 or 2 seconds delay, mate. So
well, let me just switch to LAN.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. No problems. Yeah. Just stay as you are, because, you know, brilliant David Ornstein put out a tweet earlier today to say Aaron Wan Bissaka has turned down West Ham and favors a move to Inter Milan. And when David Ornstein comes out and say, I mean, this is a done deal for me. Like, you know, it's a pretty much straight swap. Like, it depends on what Dumfries wants to do, right? Yeah. And for me, Wan Bissaka in its Serie A, dark arts of defending, perfect fit for them, 100%. Is Ugarte here we go? Good question, my friend. Listen, it is getting closer, right? We know the PSG wanted sort of extortion money, 70 million for him. But here we go in certain ways that the player has requested the transfer request. And to repeat myself again, what I said 10 minutes ago is once a player handed in a transfer request, that is khalas, that is done deal. You know, there's nothing the club can do. They cannot keep an unhappy player, which they don't want to play anyway, because they don't play. He doesn't fit in their system, right? They don't want to play him, right? So for me, this is kind of forcing the hand of PSG to say, look, you need money now because you're going to fork up 70 million. You know, Benfica are not mugs. They probably want 50 million upfront or some kind of deal. So for me, this is getting very, very close now, right? We know that Ugarte is the #1 target. We know also that Amrabat is going on potentially for another loan season, right? So that is a small fee to be paid. So that's 2 players. And I think that this will be now accelerated for the next week or so, because they want to seal the deal with no other than Jao Neves next week, right? Mark, you're frozen,
100%.
I think. Oh, yeah, it was a delay.
So yeah, it was. I just fixed it. I forgot I wasn't on the cable actually. So yeah, but yeah, like, you know,
you're not on the cable. You're not wired up.
I now wired up actually, so it should be better. Yeah, but well, I think the deal is going to be.
For me, you're frozen. For me, you're still frozen.
Oh, for you, I'm still frozen.
Yeah, for me, I can't see you. You're frozen. You're still frozen.
Oh, but I'm moving. I can see you moving. Guys, are you seeing me moving, or am I frozen?
Yeah, now you're moving. Now you're moving. Cool. Now you're moving. 58 likes. Lilis,
as you were saying just now, you know, like, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the deals progress with the Ugarte deal, as we've been talking about. Yeah, I know a lot of you would have liked to have Jao Neves come into the club. He's young, he's talented, he fits the mold and the basic outline of the new type of regime, what they wanted, the young player. But, you know, at the same time, maybe it's one of the things with for me that really, it's not I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's actually worse. It's worse. Okay, Mark, listen, at the end of the day, shit happens, right? When you're on LAN cable or Wi-Fi, you know, you can always do speed test, Mark, by the way. Anyway, Joe Blackman said, I can see you, but you look like a Minecraft. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That happens when you have Wi-Fi, by the way. Anyway, listen, I'm going to go to the chat where I say what Wizard is saying here. Aaron Wan Bissaka has more value in the market than Dumfries. I think Dumfries is about, what am I saying Dumfries? He's 28 years of age. So it's only 1 year difference. Like, you know, it's turning 28. That's a nice look to AC Milan. Thai AC Milan as well. Mark is trying to get in as well. Welsh girl, what you're saying here? We need Ugarte more. 100% we do. We do, actually. Mark, what you're saying here, Mark and lose some copy and paste NBA players, and he's back. He's back. The man behind the mask. He's out of control. How you doing?
Hopefully it come back.
You fixed it.
Looks like it has I think it fixed. I hope it is. But I'm just thinking that, you know, with it's gonna take some time. The way we've been looking at players and bringing in different players, it's more looking to me more like we're bringing in players that fit the mold of what we're trying to play. Now,
Yeah,
Dumfries might
exactly.
not be in the age bracket because, we want players under 25 to come in, those who getting into their second contract. But it's a swap deal.
Yeah.
It's not really costing us. We're
It's a
trying to
swap
get
deal.
Wan Bissaka
Yeah.
out, and he doesn't want to really move to a club that's willing to pay us money. So, maybe I don't know. Some people might say we should keep him in that regards. I don't know.
Listen, at the end of the day, he's going to play number 2. Who plays in that position? Diogo Dalot, right? So in that age bracket profile, you can rotate, But I believe that Diogo Dalot is going to start on the right side all the time, pretty much. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just reading some of the comments. Everyone likes your haircut,
Yeah, okay. My haircut. Oh, yeah, I just got it fixed today. Yeah, fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Listen, for me, as I reiterated, he's going to be, coming in as a number 2 right back because Diogo Dalot is going to play there. So for me, it's fine if you get that profile. Either way, if Aaron Wan Bissaka would stay, he will still play number 2 to Diogo Dalot. So, yeah. So, if you look at the profile of Diogo as well, Diogo, he's a more attacking, right? Cool. There'll be moments when you would like to keep an Wan Bissaka when you play City or something to park Jeremy Doku or something like that. But you know what? I agree with you saying. It's more of a system style right now. So you gotta if you're gonna rotate Dalot, you gotta have a similar style of profile to rotate to replace him, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
No, it won't. And the best thing is to have a player that would come in that would make Dalot have to be better. Because, Dalot is still young. It's going to be one of those things where, he can still improve. He can still get to Densel Dumfries' level. But, you want someone ready for the now because you want to compete. And it's a long season.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, what happened? Labo, big up, man. Yeah, that happened. Hugo on loan. Exciting, but he could have got a better club. What do you reckon?
No, I actually
Wigan,
think
right?
Wigan is pretty good for him. I think what Wigan needs is a young striker. What they needed was a striker. To be fair, in their squad, they're a little bit light there, and the guy who they have, he's experienced, but he's on the way out, in my opinion. So I think he would get a lot of game time there, and Wigan has a good striker coach.
Yeah. And Mark, are you ready to duck? We have a super chat. And up.
Super chat.
And the super chat comes with an uppercut. It's a Stretford gamer. Big up from all the way from South Africa. Big up. Ugarte or Fofana? I pass it on to you, Mark.
I'm going with Ugarte because I think he suits what we need. We need more than what we want. I think we want Kobe Mainoo to express himself in the midfield. You want him to be the one carrying the ball, or you want Fernandez to be the one receiving the ball. So you just literally want someone who's going to come in, break the play up, win the ball, carry it a few meters, and either dump it off to Lisandro Martinez or dump it off to Mainoo or give it to Bruno. That's it. That's all we need. If he can provide more than that going forward, that would be cool. But after that, it's the same thing for me that Rodri did in his first 2 seasons at City.
For me, it's not Ugarte or Fofana. For me, it's both, right? Because they're not same profile players, right? Ugarte is the pure number 6, yeah? Fofana is not a number 6. Fofana is number 8, right? If you watched Fofana play. So there's 2 players. And I believe United is going to get 2, Ugarte and Fofana, plus Amrabat on loan and Collier to play the understudy. So big up Stretford gamer. That's a very good question. I would say both, right? Because it's 2
100%.
different profiles and 2 different positions. Yeah. What else do we have in the chat, guys? Big up coming in, please, more. If you send us, Tommy Boyle is coming in here. Ineos holding out because they know PSG and Bayern have to sell 100%. They have to sell. They are in the same process right now. They need to sell to buy. That's the thing. So eventually, we get both Ugarte and Ligt and also Fofana. And remember that both players want to come, so it's smart business to wait. Exactly. We are playing the long game here, right? You know, if you go out in dating, right, speed dating, whatever, Tinder dating, you just don't go in straight away for the kid, right? You know, if you understand what I mean. So if you really fancy the girl or whatever you may swing, boy or whatever, non-binary, as we're living in the modern world, you will just wait, and it's like going fishing, right? You're throwing, you're throwing out and you're just waiting. You pull in a bit, let go, pull in, and then finally you pull in the fish at the end of the day, right? And happy catch, happy fishing, right? So big up Tommy Boyle, Tommy Charlton as well. Long time no see, buddy. I love that haircut, by the way. I can't see the Ligt deals get done towards the end of the window to get them cheaper. I can't see. Yeah, 100%, 100%. I agree with you, Tom. I totally agree with you saying that, brother. This is what we do. But again, we need to sell. Similar to PSG, similar to Bayern, we need to sell. That's why we couldn't go for Mazraoui. We couldn't go for it. That's why West Ham had the upper hand, because we needed to get rid of one Wan Bissaka. And that's 100%. Why they swooped in. Yeah,
and Wizard is coming in and saying, guys are worried, but academy players who've been seeing featuring and will continue to see featuring on the tour, they have been training and playing with the first team since Erik ten Hag arrived. So there's chemistry building in the squad as well, for a little bit of a mixture of support to come in from the academy perspective. That is, you know what I mean? I see Ellis is saying that Rios is better than Ugarte and Fofana. The problem with Rios, Ellis, is that they want 90 million euros for his release clause, because this United coming into Palmeiras and they don't need to sell. They recently made 200 mil. They sold Endrick. They sold Estevao Willian. They also sold Luis Gulahelm to West Ham as well. So they made a lot of money, guys. They don't need money, so it's going to be a difficult deal to do. And as we know, I reported on this earlier. We offered them 17 million pounds verbally to try to test the waters, and they completely referred to the release clause. So it's one of those things.
No, I just want to say big up everyone. We got 1,178 people watching at the moment. Big up for all of you. 74 likes already. And Mark is a little bit of a chicken, and every time we say we get 100 likes, we'll do the chicken dance, and he always chicken out. So we're not going to go there, Mark. You know what I mean? So we're not going to do that, because you know what the end game will be. He will just close off his camera and run away. Really, Mark. I'm still on your case, man. I'm still.
Actually, I might have to go just now. I have some visitors coming.
See what he's doing. Mick's analogy, what Tommy Ball is saying, just dig a big hole for yourself with that one, my friend. Yeah, I did. I couldn't get out of that. I was thinking going fishing, and that with the wine and everything. I know. It's late, Tommy. I need another coffee. It's 0:09 where I am in Thailand. And Jesus, I was looking at the Arsenal fixture versus United. It's going to be played 7 a.m. my time. Do you reckon I'm going to watch it? Hell yeah. I never miss a game. Yeah. Sending you love to you, Steel. Right. Man of Steel. I write that common number bearing picture. Sending some love for the new away shirt. That blue shirt looks insanely good. Man, I got the white one. The white one.
Definitely gonna get that blue.
I got it.
Getting the long sleeve.
You're gonna get the blue.
Yeah, I'm getting the long sleeve. Yeah. Of course.
Oh, no. You're tempting me. Oh my God.
That blue is fire.
Because
I think I'll get the red one, but I think I'll get it midway in the season. But
no.
Definitely getting the blue.
I'm not getting it. I like the new kit with the black short. It looks sick too, right? But I'm having too much red ones, and I love. My favorite so far is the white away retro Adidas. Retro. Yeah. And since I live here, we get a lot of counterfeits. Like you get apps like Lazada, Shopee. You're buying from China. You get a home delivery for 10 euros, man. So top-notch quality. So I might get a little bit of cheeky blue as well, right?
Well, we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? I see Lee Parker is coming in saying Maxi Oyedele, no need to waste any money on any midfield player. I think Maxi Oyedele Lee is a good player, very talented young player. I think he has a lot of levels to show that he hasn't been able to show. I think he's gonna build upon his performance that you have seen so far. But I would say, like Labo, Collier for me, I think this young man has to get some
Yeah,
minutes
this
this season. He has been
man,
very
Collier,
good.
Yeah, man, Collier is the breakout player for this season. Collier is going to be the next Kobe Maino standout player this season. I predicted this. When he played against Rangers, when he stood up on that pitch, I was thinking, what the hell is that? Zeus? Like he stood like tall like a Greek god. And he played the game like he played like an adult, right? Similar to what Kobe is doing, right? So Collier for me as well, 100% Labu, I agree with you. And we have hello from Liberia, man. Wow. We have audience all over the world right now. Hello, old pal from Liberia, Monrovia. Are we still in the market for a defender? Yes, 100%.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
We are.
And as we were talking about, the Ligt deal might be a little bit protracted, guys, but you know, it's a deal that we're definitely looking to do. Bayern definitely wants to bring in Jonathan Tah. They have to sell another player to bring him in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. It's just all about when.
Yeah. Listen, transfer market is like a jigsaw puzzle. Everything is interlinked. You can't force it. But the thing is, like, you know, Bayern wants to bring in Jonathan Tah. They have personal agrees with Jonathan Tah. In order to get out, they need to sell either Ligt or Upamecano, wasn't it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the closest one is Ligt, of course. Yeah, of course, one is Ligt, agreed personal terms. But they've been mugs as well. They want they're testing the water, they want more money. United is slowly grinding. It's a war of attrition. They're slowly grinding, putting low ball bids, 35 plus add-ons. United don't want to pay 50. They want to pay maximum 50 with all add-ons on. So I think the Bayern will cave eventually. I think that Ugarte will, you know, Paris Saint-Germain will cave Ugarte eventually as well, because they're desperate now. They're signing, apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, almost done deal, 70 million plus a player. So they need to recuperate some money there as well. Yeah. You know, they bought him in for 60 last year, wasn't it? So he's not even worth 70. He's maximum 40 million pounds. And this is what United will bid at in there. And I think this will be accepted. You know, off we go. Guys, we started a poll, and excuse me, we had 195 votes on this poll. Thank you so much for contributing. Do you think United will get Ugarte now? 78% of you says yes. So there's some definite confidence what you're thinking. And if it's 194, sorry, I said 195. It's actually 194 to say 78%. Yes, I will close this poll right here. Thank you for participating. Mark, are you confident? Are you confident? We're going to get some players out. Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Lindelof, and Wan Bissaka, Jadon Sancho.
Well, I think we're going to get us to see 3 or 4 players leave the club this summer. It might be a little bit protracted. It might be during the tour. The announcements might be made, or right after the tour. But I definitely think that we're going to see some exits. There's also some interesting, because, you know, we want to bring players in. And United may have not resorted to being as ruthless as Chelsea has done with young Chalobah. But, you know, maybe we might be being ruthless behind the scenes. So let's see how it goes. I would say have a little bit of a patience. The window is long. I know we would like to see most of the signings come in early, but you have to also remember we have signed players last season and the season before who are going to be given a chance to hit the ground running this term. So we're going to have some players there. You know, I wouldn't be looking forward to signing any wingers. We have Ahmad this season who should be having his breakout season.
Wingers, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look at Mason Mount. Like, even if I don't favor him, you know, this season is his season to make his mark, to show why he was paid for. If he's going to be able to be kept further past the season, it's going to be interesting.
If you look at PSG, they need money because they're also agreeing with the Desiree Doué. They want Desiree Doué, they want this, they want that, they want Jadon Sancho to replace. You know, this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's a war of attrition. United just being patient. It's like going out fishing. Like, you just wait for the bite, right? You know that they're going to fork out 70 million for Jao Neves. They want Desiree Doué as well. That's another one. What, 20, 30 odd million, right? They need money as well. That's the thing. They need to sell, you know? So I believe that within 1 week, we will see here we go for Ugarte, 100%. And Fofana, which has been turned away from AC Milan, basically. So
100%.
smart business. And by the way, since we are in US, doesn't mean that, you know, business stalls. No, they will still do negotiations, even if John Murta is not there anymore. Like, by the way, if it was still John Murta, we would not even be here in this situation. So guys, just remember that we don't have John Murta anymore to do these deals, right? Otherwise, we would not even have one single signing right now. But right now, I believe within 1 week, we'll see movements, even if we are in US tour. We're seeing that Omar Barada is joined. They're going to work remotely together with the, what's his name, Dan Ashworth. They're going to be there in US to meet and greet people as well. But they're still going to be on the phone talking, making the deals, right? So for me, I think that who's going to go out first at the door? It looks like Scott McTominay is lurking away 100%. You know, we are trying to get 40 million for him. I think that at the end of the day, Sancho will be leaving at the end of the day. Ten Hag is just playing the gallery, you know, kissing the ring, making kiss up and make up, just creating a bidding war, meaning the Juventus might come in as well to say we want him, right? At the end of the day, I think it's smart business. And Jared Branthwaite, we're going to talk about it as well. What do you know? What do you know? Everton in the mud, by the way, Mark. Everton in the mud. Basically, it comes out from Mail Sport as well earlier today that Darren Brentwood has no intention. He refused to sign a new contract with Everton. He's pissed off. He's pissed off. He wanted to have his move. And he agreed the 160K a week signing offered by Man United. And he's basically saying, give me this money, right? He's not going to sign a new contract. Everton is in the mud. Their takeover is pretty much over, right? They tried to strong arm us, but at the end of the day, United has gone fishing. Will pull this one through at the end of the window, probably with the scandalous bit. What do you think, Mark?
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on Branthwaite now. I wasn't so iffy on him before. I was more like it's just the money. But now I'm really iffy on Branthwaite because, yeah, man, like you didn't put in a transfer request to come to United when we bid 50 million pounds for you and offered you 160.
Maybe he did.
He didn't. I never heard that. And if he did put in a transfer request, Everton would have to sell. You know what I mean? He didn't.
But where did this 100? Wasn't it 145K a week? When did it get 160K a week? Did it just inflate it all of a sudden?
Maybe it inflated all of a sudden. But what I can say though is that he was on what 60K a week or 20K a week or something like that, 38K, and now he wants 160. That's some bump in after one season in the Prem, bro. That's a bump.
The dude is not even worth 160K. Lich is what 125K a week. The dude had one season at PSV under Ruud van Nistelrooy, one good season at Everton. Everton been mugs. Nah, I don't know. I think that United is per se, they know they're smart, right? They're just waiting out. Fine. I think they will get the target because he was the first one that we were linked to. He was the first one we actually had personal terms agreed. And they're just playing the waiting game. I think that for some sneaky reason, I think that United will get the target on their terms. 45 million.
Mick,
max.
Are you ready to duck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, boom. Are you ready to duck? Sorry. Yeah. Are you ready to duck?
Well, yeah, I was ducking there.
Jonathan Liljenberg, you're an absolutely ledge. All the way from Sweden, gifted 10 Realist TVs. And the ones that were gifted memberships was Kingdom FC. Bloody good to see you, Kingdom, as well. Ramo as well. Big up Ramo. And Ricardo Trotsky as well was gifted member. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the members club. We also have Chisfield Planet as well. Boo was also gifted a membership from Jonathan Liljenberg. Alistair Dirks as well. Curlis87. Paul Tube as well. Andy Cooper. Coopernator as well. English Oak was also gifted a membership. Guys, that's pretty much it. I don't see anyone else. If I missed it, listen, just do us a massive favor. First and foremost, welcome to the members club. Keep coming, keep subscribing. Even if it's free, guys, it's for 30 days. And after that, it's up to you to renew. But also give Jonathan Liljenberg his love hearts and massive thank you in the chat as well. So big up. Thank you, Jonathan Liljenberg. Tack så mycket in Swedish as well, what we sing here. That's massive, man. That's massive. Listen, the way this transfer window is going, Mark, I'm over the PTSD. Like, they are, there are signs to be excited. But for me, a perfect 10 window if we manage to get out the deadwoods, right? We're not going to get everyone out of the doors, so I believe that we are trying to orchestrate things, but the way we are moving, what if we just get stuck with Harry Maguire? He will not even get playing minutes, right? So for me, he's got to go, right? Lindelof
100%.
will be going. So as soon as them go, the Ligt is waiting. He knows he's on holidays, zipping pina colada with his beautiful missus. So yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Steele is asking, why wasn't the poll on YouTube? I'm not too sure.
I don't know which poll. I just pulled the poll. Yeah. What do you want us for poll to pull, Jeff Steele? If you have any suggestions, what do you want for poll? Let us know. Drop it right now in the VAR chat room.
Big up Tommy Boyle
for you.
I'll check it out, Tommy.
Oh, you got Black Kid.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
Black Kid arrives tomorrow. Is there a Black Kid? I thought it was blue.
That's the goalkeeping kid. There's a black one.
Oh, so you're a goalkeeper, Tommy. Gore and Collier, yeah, big up. Listen, are you excited about Arsenal game in LA?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. We're going to be training a couple more days. You're going to see some more integration of the team with Christian Eriksen joining, even if he's just joining for a few weeks before he goes on to Ajax. It's going to be interesting to see how Højlund works in with some of his new teammates. How the play changes. Van Nistelrooy is going to have time to work with him now. We're going to see what he could develop into now under the tutelage of a real clinical goal scorer. So let's see how it goes. I'm really excited because I feel like last season, a lot of the reason why we weren't performing as a team well was because a lot of players' levels were just not up to it. And we also suffered a lot of injuries. I think this season, there's a little bit more energy around the squad. And, some players coming in, some players going out. It's definitely going to be a little bit more interesting this season.
Yeah, Jeff, I just closed the poll, by the way. So, yeah, I just closed the poll. That's why you don't see it anymore. But if you want us to create another poll, and we already discussed the Ugarte, so we're moving in why it's delaying. So, basically, it's pretty much buy to sell. We've seen that PSG, just to reiterate certain things, to recap, PSG is buying, they're buying in Jao Neves for 70 million, plus they also want to buy, what's his name here?
Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho, Desiree Doué. And at the end of the day, they need to also sell. And the one that is closest that can sell is 100% Ugarte. They're not going to get 70 million. United, they're playing the war of attrition, basically. They're just waiting it out. Same with Jeremy Branthwaite as well. Basically knowing the situation that he's not happy. He's not going to sign a new contract. And I think that Everton and both PSG will cave at the end. This is just a chess game, right? This is us playing chess. This is like astute business. We were talking about Omar Barada, the guy that was doing Citizen deals, right? Yeah, no, we're moving away. No, we're not going to pay for this. No, this is on our terms. And this is what we're seeing right now. So
100%.
This is something new. This is something new that we haven't seen at our club before. So yeah, just get used to it. Just get used to it.
It's going to be interesting, guys. And I think it's working in our favor. Now, we might not have $1 bazillion this summer with a big transfer window to spend like a 300 mil. But with what we have, it's probably more than 100 mil. But we're trying to maximize expenditure right now. I see Mabin Mulang is coming in. He's been asking some questions. I want to know, is Sergio Reguilon joining Man United in this transfer window from Hotspurs? What can you tell us about that, Mick?
Sergio Reguilon, yes. That is something that Ten Hag was screwed over in January transfer window because he was told by the doctors they would have kept Sergio Reguilon, but the inept medical department told them, no worries. Luke Shaw is ready, fit to fire. Lisandro Martin is fit to fire. No, that wasn't the case. You know the story, so they let him go. But now he's back on the market because Sergio Reguilon, loved to play for United. You could see that, right? And Ten Hag saying, well, if we can get him on the cheap, why not? As 100%. Kind of the reserve left back. Yeah, so yeah, there might be something that we are looking at. I mean, there was, Mark, you said there was Sergio Reguilon, there was this Slovakian centre back as well. Hanko, yeah, they can play. He can play left-footed centre back, left centre back. Left back. Yeah, Hanko. Well. And this this whatever Marcos Alonso, get out of it. 33 years of age. This is not fucking retiring home. So I don't believe in this guy.
I think that's also the reason why, Subban, that we're not actually in for Jonathan Tah. We have inquired about his availability, but I don't think we'll be in for him because he is also 29. So I think that's also out of our policy, which we're trying to stick to, mostly players who are fit the young age under 25. That's what you could see with our current signing so far.
Yeah. And another interesting thing, sorry for saying that we're not going to be brutal in this channel, but you can read what Jamie's saying. PSG is close to getting by financial fair play, and that's absolutely true. So they need to sell. They need to sell. So Upper Hand United, right?
Yeah. I see,
anyway,
there's some start questions that I'm going to get into, guys. So in the last 5 minutes, you guys put a Q and then type your question, and I'll try to get Mick to answer them.
Right.
If you send one to me, I will answer them as well.
So, guys, let's go to the Q&A section. Here
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right,
You want
Mick,
Frankie?
All right, Mick. So
Frankie de Jong.
Let's
start. Let's
move.
Let's go.
Let's start with Gaz Taylor's
this
question, because I know a lot of people have asked these questions, and this will pertain not only to Jonathan Tah but also to Densel Dumfries. So let's talk about this question really briefly. What about not buying players over 25? The age of Dumfries is 28. It's also the same age of Jonathan Tah.
Right. Good question, though, Gas. Gas. Run to the hills. Oh, sorry, that was a bad Iron Maiden impression. I know you're not like Iron Maiden, Gas. I've seen you on TikTok, by the way. So big up to you. I keep my finger on the pulse. As reiterated earlier, Gas, was that we are buying Dumfries. Not buying, but we are doing a swap deal. And Dumfries is not going to be the first team starter. In that position, you have Diego Dalot, so he's going to be the number 2. On that profile, 28, that fits the mold. You know, you're going to play Dalot and Dumfries there on 28. It's fine. It's fine. That's my answer. What about you?
Well, I think it's going to be, for me, if it's a swap deal for no money involved, and it allows us to get a player that will suit the way we want to play better, then I think it's acceptable in that regard. But I would probably pick a younger player if we could afford it. And if we could have sold Wan Bissaka, I would have picked a younger player.
We also have squad depth, but plus also we have the kids from the academy that can play there as well. Like, there should be Habib Oguayene. So that's cool. It's all about squad depth and rotation. So I think this is astute. Like, if we can get a more experience to rotate, there's going to be more than 38 games to play. Dalot is not going to play every single game. He might get some niggles. We're playing Europa League. We're going to play in Charity Shields. We're going to play in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and all those cup competitions. Looking around 50 games per season. So for me, that's good, right?
I see Brendan is not actually sold on Ugarte. He's asking if Ugarte is really fast enough to play the role. What are your thoughts on that, Mick? I think he is. I've seen him playing in the Copa. I've seen a few games of him at PSG, and I think he's quick enough to cover the role that we expect. He's a lot quicker than Casemiro.
It depends on the system. If you have a triangle like that, he will sit on the top of that triangle, like defending. So, you have Lenny Euro that has great recovery pace. You have, Lenny Euro will also back up for Lisandro Martinez as well. So, Ugarte is there to shield, to pick up the ball. He doesn't be like, if the ball goes over the top, he can recover. He's fast enough. Question 100%. Is, who did we have there before? Scott Mctominay. Is he fast enough? No, he's not. Jogging Scott. You're kidding me, right? Jogging Scott. Amrabat, he's okay. He's got speed. We've seen the clips when he was chasing down Mbappe,
he's got a little in moments, I would say, as well. Thomas Sevendus is coming in again. Any news on Frimpong, Mick? Any clarity? Because I've been hearing some reports that we might be offered the Frimpong deal. What are your thoughts?
We have been offered Frimpong. But as I said, there is something fishy with that release clause that expired. No club went in for that release clause for some reason because they know they can get a good deal out of Leverkusen because he wants out. He wants to come to Premier League. So United has always had the finger on the pulse. He's part of that list. He's always been part of the list. Can United do something smart here again to say, okay, instead of 35, we give you 35 million pounds we can give you, which is 40 million something odd. But again, with installments. That means that we pay maximum 8 million the first year and we just divide it up in 4 or 5 years. So I say keep your eyes on Frimpong and keep your eyes on what's developing regarding Dumfries. Yeah. These two are definitely on the target. So, but the question is, what will United do? That's the thing. They're finally going for the players that have been scouting that's on the list properly. Like, you know, so the question is what United will do. I don't know, right? The thing is, they want to sort of offload Wan Bissaka. If they can't do that swap deal, they need important money. If they get their money, then of course they will go for Frimpong. That's what I think. So the only reason why you're seeing this plausible deal now, and why we are now linked to Dumfries, is because it's a sort of interlinked swap deal. Otherwise, they will pretty much go for Frimpong. That's my opinion. What's yours?
Well, I think if we get the deal offered to us and we're paying at a release clause, if we could get some deals done, get some players out and free up that wage bill, I think it would be a deal we can do. I would prefer to get him over Frimpong, over Densel Dumfries, to be fair. But at the same time, honestly, I would just rather we get Kadioglu because I know Frimpong is very, very forward, but after hearing him say out loud, you know, that he would like to play in a more attacking role, you know, pretty much advanced like a winger. Yeah, I'm a little.
Yeah, but Kadioglu can play left. He can play right. Yeah, so Kadioglu is. Yeah, I would like to have 30, 100%, 30, Kadioglu. Guys, smash the living like. We are 97 likes, 3 away from 100. Wow, there's 1,772. Big up, welcome to the stream. If you're coming in late, we will summarize everything what we talked about. There were 3 away from 100. Cheeky, 3 more. You can do it. We're 98. 2 more from Mark doing a chicken dance, but he refuses as per usual. He will close off his camera and he will run away. He's done it before and he will do it again. I promise. And he will throw it on me. He will throw it on me.
Probably, but Mick, I see Royden is coming in saying, "What's happening with Dalot? Can you give us an update on Dalot, guys?"
Yeah, he's waiting. Same thing with PSG again. Same situation with PSG. Bayern wants to sell. They need to sell, right, in order to buy. They agree personal terms with Jonathan Tah from Bayern Leverkusen, but they need to sell either Upamecano or Ligt. Right, and they're being like playing like mugs as well. Like they're also done by PSR, FFP, and they said we want 50 million. United's coming in with low bids, 35 plus 5 add-ons. But what Fabrizio Romano said, United wants 50 million total. That means that constructing in installments, amortization, 35, 40 million plus add-ons, right? You know, but Bayern says, we want 50 plus add-ons, right? But they want not go more than 15. I think they will win that battle at the end of the day. It also comes down to selling either Lindelof and Maguire, which I believe will go out the door. That's the thing. Yeah. Right? So big up Royden.
I see Jeff Steelers coming in. Any chance of still getting Nico Williams?
I don't hear anything about that. No, but maybe if Rashford goes, maybe. You know.
Well, Mick, I just saw a report that came out there that says Man United did something there, and I don't want to say it because I don't know if it's true yet. I haven't seen it been retweeted by anyone with any repute.
Who is tweeting? Who is tweeting? What's the weight of that?
A German. You know, while I'm live, I get these updates from this German network station that works in conjunction with German Sky, and I just see some report coming out that Man United, we rebuffed 168 million transfer rate from a European giant for Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes.
So what? Do you think they're going to sell Bruno? No, Bruno ain't going nowhere.
No, but they said for Marcus Rashford and Bruno. Now I'm being honest with you guys. I love Bruno.
Yeah, Alien
But
Tenor
that's
saying
168 million. I would have done that
yeah,
deal.
that's from Team Talk. That's
if
from
it was
Team
real,
Talk.
if it's real, I could be a little bit mad at that. But you know,
Yeah,
let's move on to.
No, but Alien Tenor is coming into reiterating what you're saying and backing you in the corner, saying Team Talk. That is Team Talk reporting 168 million from PSG for Rashford and Bruno. Geez, they're doing madness. They want to buy both our players, like get out of the door. You get 200 million. They're 100 million each. If you mugs think you want 70 million from Ugarte, wait a minute, right? Wait a minute. Are they bitter, this Qataris, because they didn't get to buy Manchester United? And it's kind of revenge. Fuck you. Sorry, not getting 168 million for PSG for Rashford and Bruno. This is the most valuable assets that we have.
I would have sold them, bro. I'm sorry. I was selling them. I was signing that contract right there. And then, bye, guys.
I
was going
rate
in the
Bruno.
market.
I bloody rate. Listen. I rate Bruno. He ain't going nowhere. He's
I rate
the most
Bruno as well,
players.
bro.
Like,
you know
can
I
say
love
whatever
Bruno.
you want. But however, if we might have an argument here, he's approaching 30. It's time to cash in for him. I can agree on that and get something else, right? But for now, Bruno has been the most available player. Stat pattern, you know, he didn't have such a great season last year, but who did on that team, right? But when Bruno shows up.
Okay, so could we have negotiated for 68 for Rashford? Keep Bruno. We'll take 68 for Rashford. I would have taken that deal. I don't know if anyone in the chat is like me, but I would have taken that deal. 68 million cold hard cash.
No, I'm getting greedy. Look, I'm getting greedy. He's a remarkable asset. He's Marcus Rashford.
He's on 375k a week, Mick. He's not that marketable. You know what I mean? That's me.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at it financially, bro, right now. Like, that would have been Nico Williams. And
yeah, listen, Marcus Rashford. Listen, can I have my say? Am I having delayed regarding Marcus Rashford here? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm not a big fan of Marcus Rashford from last season, just because of the standards, but who we are. He basically pissed on the club. He pissed on the fans, and he's just thinking about himself, right? Now, the thing is, like, if this does not motivate you, Rashford, that you have a new coaching staff, because everyone knows he doesn't agree with Ten Hag. He doesn't want to track back, right? But now you have Ruud van Nistelrooy there to coach you. If this doesn't motivate you this season, nah, I said cash in, right? I said cash in for sure, right? But will Marcus Rashford fit the system? Is he a possession-based footballer? No, he's not. Marcus Rashford is what Marcus Rashford is. He's a counter-attacking style of play. You know, well, he lost his speed last season. So I'd say, like, if you get 78 million, yeah, I might snap your hand for it too, man. To be honest, now, I agree on your side. I'm on your ring side. 68 million minimum. But that is what I said. I don't think he's going to fit the new style of play. You're on mute.
I never thought he actually did, to be fair. I never thought he suited the style of play when we chose to get Ten Hag. I thought he would be one of the first players we'd have sold. You know what I mean? I thought we'd have built the midfield around Bruno, and then we'd have gotten players who could have played that system. Yeah. So it's one of those things. And to be fair, but Alien Tenor was asking if we should be going in for Wharton, the young English international from Crystal Palace. The only thing with Wharton is I heard Crystal Palace are saying something in the region of £75 million.
Yeah, no, screw that. Gives you warts and warts. Blitz Extreme P99. Big up, man. I haven't seen you before on this community, but come back, please. Rashford ain't United standards. Totally agree with you saying there. So Burr, so it's Højlund, Anthony, Mount, Garnacho, and Bruno. Yeah, listen, what's going on with Anthony as well? Is he up for sale? Apparently he is loan. But I think this might be Anthony's season at the end of the day. Listen, if you watched Anthony in Ajax days when he was under Ten Hag, they played a different style of play. Anthony back then has totally different stats. He was amazing in putting crosses into the box. He was like finessing. last season wasn't really Ten Hag's best season due to injuries. He had to sort of shuffle things around. May this be a breakthrough season for Anthony? The judge and jury will be out there. Competition for places. Sancho being sold. For me, 100% on that right wing is Amad Diallo. This is Amad Diallo's season. Make it or break it, right? What we've seen so far is amazing. Yeah, so for me, cash in on Anthony if we can and keep Amad Diallo. That's my opinion, Mark.
100%. I mean, what do you say? Sell Anthony and keep Amad Diallo.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. I mean, yeah.
I think that's a bit harsh, judging on what on his last season. In my honest opinion, he still contributed more.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but maybe I'm retracting what I'm saying here now. Okay, because I'm thinking, Anthony, believe it or not, you called it out last season. He can actually play wing back as well. Yeah. Cool. Jeff Steele, big up. You coming in with a question. Mick, Rude has been working closely with Rashford. Have you seen the videos? No, I have not seen the videos. Have you, Mark?
I have seen some of them. I've seen all of them, to be fair. I've been watching everything.
Yeah, no, listen. Yeah, Jeff, Rashford will become good this season. You just go look at Rashford's stats. He's every second year man, right? He's never consistent. We said it before, Mark. Rashford has every second year good season, bad season, good season, bad season. So then maybe this will be Rashford's season.
Yeah, maybe it will be Rashford's season. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. Like for me, Rashford is one of those players that, you know, he has all the mechanics. I will keep saying it. He has all the talent, all the mechanics. It's just the output and the performance.
Right, we're about to wrap up the stream. We have a couple of more questions, Dewey, in the Q&A section. And it is late. It is almost 4 a.m., 4:30 in the morning. I just want to check how many likes do we have at the moment. We are 106 likes.
Big up.
Mick,
Mick,
I will do this for you.
Chicken dance from Mick today.
You. Give me a beat.
Hold on. I don't have any beats right now, you know. But you know,
like
I can't. I told you I went to the dentist today, so my mouth is hurting.
Oh,
so
no,
I can't
he
really
comes
do that.
with more excuses. Mark can rap for shit. Mick is cooking up a hit. We got Lenny Longlegs coming in the range. Mick is gonna do a chicken dance. We got 100. You're a chicken. 106 likes. Thank you so much. Any more questions coming in? Mark,
we have a few. We have one or two questions coming in. I think we can.
It's embarrassing.
It's
a disgrace. That's what it is. A disgrace.
I see Flex Venus is saying take 40 million Ugarte for Rashford. I see Brendan Chappelle is saying people remember the goals and assists, but they generally not aware of the 89 other minutes of play. That's very important. You must take that into consideration as well. The eye test is also very important to the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mark, look at me. Look at me. That's you. That's you. Next time, 100 likes, you owe us. Deal? No deal.
Yeah. I owe you guys, but it's not going to be a chicken dance today, but something else. We'll figure it out.
Right, guys.
But big up to you guys.
Everyone,
thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been our pleasure to present to you tonight. Big up from me, from Mick Ruby. You know, big up to all of you in the VR room and all of those of you watching on Mark and MUFCFAN, because we're co-streaming to my channel as well. If you haven't seen it before, go check it out. The link is in the description. I'm pretty sure you could find it there. Smash a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be back in the morning with bright and early with news. 8:30 UK time as usual. 8:45. More 8:45.
I'm sleepy.
8:45. I will be there at 8:45 to bring you the news, guys. And I hope you guys will be there because there should be some breaking news. There are lots of reports coming out. And I know a lot of people are going to come in with some stories in the morning. But you know you got them here first. big up to you guys for coming in.
Big up for Jonathan Liljeberg for also gifting those 10 memberships, by the way, not to go unseen or unheard. So thank you, brother, and for you guys to become member, welcome to the family, as what we said. Mark, see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Until then, guys, time to sleep, time to stop thinking, but time to be excited regarding the new Manchester United. Brendan, love you to pieces. Lillis United, good night to you. Good stream. Thank you, Blitz United. Thank you, Raja. Thank you, everyone. Danny B, Luan France just come in here. Scoopa, Wine, Mark, 100% Luan France, and Labu, and everyone else. Matthew, we have so many legends. Wizard was here as well. David Saar, Jolly Malmin as well. Guys, Jamie Wen, and all the big moderators, guys. Lillis, hope you sleep well tonight, all the way from Macedonia, and everyone. Next time I see you, please let me know where you're from as well. It's so important to understand where you're chatting from. I see so many legends. Benny Hill song is coming up next time. Listen, love you and leave you. And Mark is still a chicken.
Big up, guys.
Mark is still a chick. Yeah. All right, time to close the shop. Good night, people. Sleep well. It's been Mick. This has been Mark. See you in the morning. Bye for now.
Guys.
Ciao. Oh, yeah. Peace, love, and Mark.
Go bananas, guys.
Yes, exactly. Bye for now. Ciao.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Release TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.
Yeah, Mark is a chicken. He needs to do a chicken dance next time. Yeah, absolutely need. What a disgrace. Oh, he's still alive? Okay, bye for now. Good night. Really?